Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Verge Spotlights. And today with me, I have Laura Petix from the OT Butterfly. Hi, Laura.
Hello, how's it going?
It's going good. I know this is the end of a long day, so I am so appreciative that you were able to
Of
join me.
course. Of course, I am always flexible with this timing because, as moms, we got to always, the after bedtime routine is key
Absolutely.
quiet in this house.
Um, Today, I want to ask you a question that I'm sure a lot of our listeners would want to know is that how did you come about with the OT Butterfly? Not just the idea, but also the cute little name.
Oh, I love sharing this story. Okay, so the actual idea of my TPT store. So I started on Teachers Pay Teachers, where I first started putting my work out there, came out because I was already creating this stuff for my clients. I have always found it to be very beneficial to use motivating characters or cartoons or themes that were special interests of my clients or just something that really got them more engaged. And I would create like very niche down worksheets for them. And my colleagues who I was working with at that time would be like, this is so creative. How did you come up with this? I'm like, oh, I don't know. We just really needed to work on visual perception and he was really really into pirates, so I decided to do this. And they're like, that's cool, like I wish this was out there. And then someone mentioned Teachers Pay Teachers, and I just decided to like, let's just upload a few so other people can have this stuff too. And then I needed a store name, and it was like the first question they asked. I'm like, can I just come up with this later? But I had to come up with a name. I think I came up with some generic name at first, and then I came back to it the next day when it hit me. Butterflies are very symbolic to my family. I've heard of other cultures doing this, and I think it's very common in the Filipino culture. And I've also heard from Mexican and Hispanic culture as well that butterflies can like represent your ancestors or relatives who have passed on.
Interesting.
So anytime we would see a butterfly, like my aunts, my mom, my uncles would be like, oh, it's your cousin or it's your grandpa, like let him in the hat. Like they would always like just love seeing butterflies. So the other part of it is my grandma, on my maternal side, she was the butterfly queen. She owned a restaurant that was called the Butterfly Cafe. They had butterfly iced tea. You went to her house, every bedspread, every dish, every decor item was butterflies. Like every gift, every drawing I gave her had a butterfly on it. And it was just a few months prior to me starting my store where she passed away. So she just was in the front of my mind, and I was thinking of her, and I just also thought that butterfly is such a great representation of how we work with our clients and the
You have a huge following on Instagram. So I know, you put stories and videos and whatnot, but is there anything about you that your followers don't know? Is there some little thing that you'd like to share with us?
Something that they don't know about me is that I actually, in real life, and I put this on my email list, in real life, I'm actually afraid of butterflies. Like,
No.
I'm actually afraid of things that fly, but like I don't like them. Like we try to go to a butterfly garden like many times, like as a child, and then recently there was a butterfly exhibit. I cannot stand things like flying on me. And then someone told me a long time ago. I never looked it up if it's true. Someone told me that like if you touch a butterfly's wings and then rub your eye, you become blind.
Oh my
I don't, and I don't know if it's true, but I'm actually really afraid of butterflies in real life. So I think that's a funny little tidbit there. So they're really cute from afar and when they're like in pictures, but if there was like one on my shoulder, I don't know how I would.
So
I might.
anyway, we were so excited when I spoke to you. We had our first meeting, and we decided to go ahead with this partnership with Verge. What are your thoughts about having your content in our content library, and just about Verge as a platform for therapists and educators?
I was so excited when you reached out to me and told me about what Verge was because I knew, I'm just now back in the clinic actually, but from like March 2020 until like July 2021, I was actually out of the clinic even though I continued to create content throughout the pandemic, just hearing what therapists needed. And I knew that at first I doubted how OT would work virtually. It just seemed impossible. It seemed not part of it. But the longer it happened, the more I was really inspired and surprised by how many therapists have made this work. And for some clients, it worked even better than in person for some clients because of the ability to have the parents there and the carryover. So that was huge to see. And then so seeing Verge take that and make it into something that feels more sustainable and less like having to do last minute things and recreate the wheel and do last minute searches, having everything there for the therapist, but then also make it a very seamless way to like assign something to the parent, or everything is there for the parent to access as well, feels like it offers a lot more opportunity for carryover and for carry through of the programs, and providing a lot of education. It just seems really easy and like a huge time saver on like everybody's part.
It definitely is. You've hit all the right points. And it just feels so natural and so organic to partner with someone like you, because the things that you focus on, carry over and having parents be a part of the sessions, it's just so important to have that in the overall development of the child. It's not just, one-on-one therapist and the child, but we're all working together as a team. What are future plans for the OT Butterfly? What is brewing in your mind?
Yeah, so I have been, in the past few months, I've been really focusing on directly supporting parents. So I still work in the clinic a couple days a week, and so I get to work with the kids, which I love. But I've found immense purpose and meaning coaching parents through like home programs and what they can do at home from a positive parenting perspective and how to use gentle discipline, and then also merging that with how to what regulation really looks like for each child. And very recently, I started embarking on a journey of researching Disneyland because I live close by and I got a Disneyland pass. So I'm there every week now and realize how much support parents need in adapting the environment and all of the ways to utilize the accommodations that Disneyland already has, but how to make it so that they can bring their kids to Disneyland without fearing meltdowns, which is so common because it's so overstimulating as it is. So I am starting a project on providing some sort of like sensory guide for parents to bring their kids to Disneyland.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, and being an OT, who would be a better person to actually analyze everything in the environment and adapt it as needed? So
my brain does not turn off when I'm at Disney. I mean, it's my like childhood joy. So I found a way to merge it and make it part of my business. But once you start thinking in like the OT lens, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so much sensory information at once. But there's a way to help parents make them feel successful in that. And that's my end goal for everything. So I'm focusing right now on really helping the parents feel successful at home with whatever resources they have.
That sounds amazing. I'm sure there's so many thankful parents. Everyone is so grateful to have you as this guiding light who is actually telling them, not just as a parent, but also as an OT, of, what works best and what not. I'm so inspired by you and I love your content. I am an avid follower of your Instagram posts. And it's such a joy to just see you and, watch you guide everyone and give your ideas and just put everything out there for everyone. Thank you so much, Laura. This was so nice. I hope I will get to chat with you soon again. I know you're super busy, but we will find a way to connect and work again. So thank you so much and have a good evening.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye.